Hey guys, it's Skai Jackson here.
Hi, my name is Skai Jackson.
Hi, my name is Skai Jackson.
I never understood why people would say those mean things, especially if they didn't know me. I have more supporters than haters at the end of the day.
Anytime I hear about Skai Jackson, she is in some mess.
Thinking I'm tripping about young boy. It ain't even about young boy, because I don't care about what that man do. I don't care about what he got going on. That was old when she did that. That was the first person she did that with. But now she thinks she want to play. Bitch, I don't even know what the will do to you. I will kill you.
Outside.
I will kill you.
No one can convince me that Skai Jackson is not weird. How many times are you going to screenshot somebody's newborn baby, post it to your story, and act like it's your son?
Bitch, you better be joking.
She tries to act innocent but has a whole other Instagram page talking about how she wants babies. Who said that?
Skai Jackson still looks like she's like 11 years old.
But why would he leak her stuff for cheating on him when he literally isn't innocent himself? This is my DM, sweetie.
She's actually protected me from creeps in this world that pay to do things with underage girls, okay? Me personally, I do not need money. And I'm not saying this like I'm in a bragging way or anything like that or in a mean way. I'm just letting you guys know I do not personally need money.
Ah, the ghetto! The ghetto. You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me. Let's go.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Hi, it's Keisha. Nice to meet you all. Get in here because you've got quite a bit to get on into. So for today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about Disney's messiest star, Skai Jackson. We have got quite a bit to get on into. The last couple of days, I have had the privilege of doing a deep dive, of researching, and I have all my notes gathered on my laptop over there. We're going to be talking about Skai Jackson. Now, a lot of the lore I knew about, like for instance the whole Azealia Banks, Skai Jackson feud back in 2016, you know, her dating Yaki, well, not together anymore because we're going to talk about that, but her, you know, being a second baby mother to Yaki. Even that statement alone sounds diabolical. Like, just shouldn't be a sentence. What the flip is Yaki anyways? I've shared my thoughts and opinions on their relationship and the lack of a man I think he is. And But yeah, we're also going to be talking about her messy mother, Kaya Cole. Takes one to know one, bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a messy bitch myself. So it depends on what day you catch me on. Today's what? Friday. So I'm good. But like usually I can be quite messy. I can be quite shady. I'm not gonna deny that. But I do think there comes a time where you just gotta get it together. Especially when you are a public figure. Especially when you are, you know, Miss Girl from Disney. Now, I get it. Like, she doesn't want to be known as just old girl from Disney, but that was a huge part as to why so many people know her, but that wasn't her claim to fame. So we are going to go ahead and talk about her early life, how she got started, the Disney days, what she's been doing after, a lot of the cringe moments, because boy oh boy, there are quite a few cringe audition tapes.
It's even worse than DIY diet.
And then we're going to go ahead and get on into a lot of the controversy and the scandals. And trust me when I say there's quite a few. There's quite a few. Some in which I'm like Team Skai, I'm gonna like defend her on that. Others where I'm like, bitch, put the phone down, log off, and go and touch some grass. Effective immediately. And I just keep thinking to myself, yeah, where's her mum? Where's the man who's always clapping back at people, back claps, clap backs? I'm actually gonna do a get ready with me to go absolutely nowhere. Bitch, where am I going? I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing get ready with me. I'm going to be just doing my makeup. I'm not gonna be stopping every 2.5 seconds, yeah, to tell you guys what product it is. I will link it down below because I just feel like that will slow me down. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and help the YouTube gods notify YouTube. No. Does that make sense? It felt like it did in my head. Just do all those fun YouTube stuff. It helps out my channel a lot. It lets other people know, hey bitch, this girl over here in London exists and she makes fire ass content. So please help a good sis out. Don't be stingy with it. Gonna love who you turn out to be. Alright, let's get started. Okay. So I've already done my eyebrows off of camera. It may not look like it because what the flip is these. I will say they're not cousins. I will say they're not sisters or twins. They're very much giving stepsisters. Skai Jackson was born April the 8th, 2002 in New York City, Staten Island, to parents Jacob Jackson and Kaya Cole. Can I just say, her parents were so fine. Well, I mean, they're like, not were, as in like they're not beautiful family. Kaya Cole is an important name to remember for this deep dive, and you'll find out exactly why later on. Kaya Cole is Skai's mother, like I mentioned, and she's just messy. And she's also Skai Jackson's like manager, and has played a huge role in her life, which you guys are gonna find out about. Speaking of her mother, Kaya has managed Skai for most of her career and has been an important figure for Skai's life, not only playing the mother role, but you could also say business partner. Now, I have my thoughts and opinions when it comes to mums being managers. I feel like you should mix family with business. I just feel like there's a lot of times and instances where money gets in the way. You know, a parent could see a lot of money coming in for their child and just start to view their child as like a machine, and not really having love towards that child anymore, but seeing them as like, oh, you're the income. And I feel like there's so many instances with, yes, Disney stars, but celebrities in general, where a lot of their parents, not only mums, but parents would take their money because obviously they wouldn't be able to have it until they're 18. So stuff like that really does trigger me, because I'm just like, oh my god, like I hate this. And you know, people can switch up for money. It doesn't matter whether it's their blood related to you. So I don't know how to feel about it. There are some instances where it does work. Like, I always find it so fascinating when people like knew their dreams and aspirations from like a baby, because Ford to me is still a baby. She recalls her love for acting began when she first saw Raven-Symoné playing Raven Baxter on Disney Channel, and loved seeing a black woman have her own show and be genuinely talented at what she does. Skai's first job was when she was only a few months old, 9 months to be exact. Her mother signed her up for modeling shoots. Her mother sent her photos to modeling agencies after people told her how cute she was. Within 2 weeks, she was signed with an agent and started working initially in commercials before moving into acting roles around the age of 1. That
I am stuck on being a brand whose band is stuck on me.
And a brand plus antibiotic has antibiotic ointment directly on the pad. Milk. They not only taste really delicious, they're really wholesome. Not bad considering we're working without a wand. Kraft Singles. Goodness squared.
Come on, darling. I hope you're all hungry.
A yellow book moment is about to happen.
Looks great. Mark, get your napkin. Looks
Thank
amazing.
you so much. Mom, I used your stuffing.
Looks great, right? Here you go, Mom.
That's nasty.
When you need something on a moment's notice, that's a yellow book moment.
What do you mean acting roles started when you were 1? What lines can I recite at 1? That's another level of talent. Let's be real, sometimes like having a baby ain't cheap. Doing it as a single mum, it's not gonna be easy. It takes a village, right? Maybe to other people this is like perfectly fine, it's all innocent or whatever, but for me, I just feel like, what happened to just letting a baby be a baby? Like, it is kind of like sickening and iconic to like look back at photos of you modeling as a 1-year-old or you modeling in commercials at the age of 4. It sounds great, but also, is it just me where like the alarm bells ring where I'm just kind of like, wait, what? Like, because I'm just always here for like, let kids be kids. We don't have to rush this whole Hollywood thing of trying to get them signed and everything. 1 is crazy to me, but I know some people are going to disagree and be like, Keisha, it's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, the mom had to get some money in somehow. Shortly after that, she booked her first acting role, or her mother did, shall we say, when she was a year old. She acted in a Marriott hotel and went on to land other commercials like Band-Aid, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Old Navy. Those are some heavy hitters. That's some heavy hitters we're talking about. Skai Jackson's been doing this. We can't have too much chat for Skai Jackson, low-key. Also, I look crazy before I look good. If you're new here, that's just the theme that I live by, okay? Skai's first acting role would happen for her in 2007, where she would be around 5 years old, appearing on Liberty Kid and then a guest appearance on Rescue Me in 2008. In 2009, Skai Jackson made a cameo in the film The Rebound and was cast as Little Fish in the Nickelodeon preschool animated series Bubble Guppies. She followed this with minor roles in the television series Team Umizoomi. Sorry, I don't know why that's so... I'm childish, you know. A little bit. Royal Pains and the Boardwalk Empire and the 2011 films Arthur and the Smurfs. The only one I recognize from that, respectfully, is the Smurfs. Let me know if you guys remember Skai from any of these roles, because I actually don't, and that's not even in a shady way. I'm not trying to be shady today. There's nothing to be shady about. I don't even know if they were like viewing here in the UK. September the 30th, 2011 was when a lot of us were first introduced to Hey Jessie. I don't know how I feel about Jessie. Like, I don't know how I feel about the show. My siblings enjoyed it. It was one of those shows that felt like a filler. Is that rude? I don't know, I just feel like we had the heavy hitters. We had the Wizards Waverly Place going on. We had, you know, That's Raven to Finish, yeah. But like, we had the Hannah Montana's. Like, was I really really taking it in Jessie as much as I probably should have? I don't know, but there must have been a reason why I didn't. Let me know what you guys thought about Jessie. Were you, like, obviously I watched it because my siblings were watching it every Friday, new episode. Babes, I was there. school bag will be flung to the floor. I was sat ready to watch. I think it came, what time did it come? 5 p.m? Was it 4, 5 p.m? I don't flipping know. Ooh. Disney Channel's Jessie came out, and a face we had recognized at the time from other shows was Debbie Ryan. I remember Debbie Ryan from Sweet Life. The show was successful and had 4 seasons, which is always a good sign that people were watching, as there were instances in the past where shows had not been renewed for a 4th season. The first episode had 4.6 million viewers, and the following seasons had between 3.1 million to 3.5 million viewers, which is still quite a lot. I don't think Disney Channel is even showing anymore here in the UK. They've like removed it from television. Also, who's really watching TV? Like, are we not just doing stuff on our laptop or our phones? Am I projecting? Am I making this about me? Someone's got to. Nearing the end of the show, which was 2014, Skai Jackson took to her burner account to express how Debbie Ryan was bullying her on set. In 2014, Skai Jackson unfollowed Debbie Ryan on Twitter and later confirmed on her main Twitter account that Ryan had been rude to her on the set of Disney's Jessie. Debbie Ryan responded to the bullying claims with a Tumblr post expressing a wish for all child actors to have emotional security. Debbie Ryan, babes. Beefing with a child? But some kids are messy. I've heard so many stories of people who've worked very closely with Debbie Ryan saying that she's very much a sweetheart. I get it, if someone's trying to slander your name, you do want to respond and like clear things up, especially when you are on the Disney network where it's all about being kid-friendly, woo! You know, so I do understand Debbie Ryan like responding to something that she just believes isn't true, but she was low-key sending shots though. I mean, if I was 12, I probably would be insecure about the lead of the show I'm supporting on. Not to mention if she was the concept, a producer, and one of the directors with the most assignment requests. When I hired the cast, I knew they were going to grow into the double digits and then become preteens and teenagers by the end. And that's a rough age, especially in this industry, I would know. I also know I'm proud of the work I've done with my crew to make it the most joyful possible place to grow up. Buying gifts for the kids, arranging group outings to amusement parks, going for meals together, baking and showering my crew with food trucks and things, elaborate holiday festives, fun, celeb guests, all the things. But I've learned that bitterness is not fixable by roller coasters and treats, and that's truly a sad fact, especially in younger hearts. I won't speak on specific people because it's unprofessional to slander co-workers online, but if I had one wish for every child that's an actor, especially those that tend to be the mouthpiece for parental maliciousness, I'd wish for complete contentment, emotional security, and that they somehow find the joy in telling stories. Living the dream is not a job, it's an attitude. Also, I do not have time to do drugs. I work 3 jobs. Now, was it deserved? Based on how I feel like Skai Jackson is messy, low-key. Guys, this powder is literally magic. We're gonna need to remember the whole burner account situation because this will not be the first time someone has accused Skai Jackson of going on a burner account and being messy. Speaking of messy, a lot of people in LA have said that Skai Jackson is one of those messy girls who she's always chatting people's business, she's always got something to say. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, the base is eaten. Minor that little spot, but the base is eaten, and as it should. Skai Jackson later posted a throwback photo from the show, blurring out Debbie Ryan's face. That's messy to me. Okay, so for those of you guys that didn't know, Debbie Ryan was a director and producer for the show Jessie. After starring as the lead character, she made history as Disney's youngest female director, and was also an active producer on the show, having pitched and helped cast the series before it even began. So she came up with who to choose for the show, the concept. So it's just really strange that that all happened, okay? Now, whilst being a producer and director, I'm sure it comes with a lot of stresses. I'm sure she's sometimes taking it out on the people that she works with. Again, I've heard a lot of great stories about people who've worked with her, but I'm sure those moments happened where she was frustrated, especially because she had a vision. But to make it out that you were bullied by Debbie Ryan, I don't care if she was 7, 8, 9, 9.5, 10 and a half, girl, messy. For her role in Jessie, she received a NAACP Image Award nomination. In 2013, she appeared as Joetta Watson in the Hallmark Channel television film The Watsons Go to Birmingham. In 2014, she guest starred in an episode of Disney XD's animated series Ultimate Spider-Man. From 2015 to 2018, she reprised the role of Zuri in the series Bunked. She was included on the Time magazine's list of most influential teens in 2016 and was nominated for Best Influencer at the Shorty Awards in 2017. I will say around that period, that was when I stopped watching Disney Channel. That was when I was like, you know what, time to hang it up flat screen and move on to something else. I remember very vividly what had happened was I stopped watching after like Azealia had finished. I stopped watching after Jessie had finished completely. I wasn't sitting my arse cheeks down to watch Bunked. It wasn't gonna happen. I get why it's popular though, because people obviously loved Jessie, so it was like a spin-off and they got to see the characters again. For me, I was like, you know what, let me go head over to YouTube. Like, let me go and watch some lifestyle content creators, the 20-year-olds who pretended that they were in high school. Ooh. The 20-year-olds who pretended they had to be back to school the next business working day. It never gave that. The ones who were like, pack with me my school bag. My Life is Ava, Alicia Marie, Nikki and Gabby. Like, that's what I was watching at the age of 14. I was like, you know what, time to like tune into the lifestyle girls. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. A lot of people are like, you know what, we're done with Disney. All the heavy hitter shows, they're finished. Let's move on now. A lot of us had moved on to the lifestyle girlies on YouTube because we were like, you know what, we want something a little bit more grown, but still, you know, we were 14. At least I was 14, okay? Let me just bronze up. Okay, for me, I don't play when it comes to bronzer. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I like my face to be warmed up. I just love, I feel like guys, till this day, I still don't know my undertones. I buy all this makeup and I still don't even know my undertones. Talk about ridiculous. Okay, so my lips are getting dry because I talk too much. Constantly yapping. She wanted to do a few things such as make an appearance in Marvel Rising, where she was the voiceover for Gloria. Speaking of Marvel, Ironheart was inspired by her in 2016. Okay, girl. Chasing. I'm a bit too hyper to the point where people are going to accuse me of, girl, I'm just like, you know what, I'm just high on sugar. Not really though, because I literally just woke up, brushed my teeth, I haven't even had breakfast yet, so girl, what are we going on? I'm just a hyper person, yeah? Chasing Ghosts and Battle of the Bands. In 2019, she appeared in Lil Nas X music video for Panini, which went super viral. It went viral at the time. There were so many memes that came out of that music video. Do you know what it is? Intentional or not, Skai Jackson is meme worthy. Even that meme of her like sitting like this, I'm gonna put the picture on the screen. Like that to me, I don't know why. Anytime someone posts that, even in 2025, even me inserting the photo, I promise you I'm gonna cackle. 2019, she had her writing debut, releasing her book Chasing the Sky. Guys, I think that's quite a lazy title. Like, it's a good play on words because Chasing the Sky, get it? But like also her first name being Sky. But I just kind of feel like, girl, Chasing the Sky, you know, go on then. How to empower, inspire, and clap back. Ooh! Girl, I did not know she had a book out. I did not know my good sis was an author, writer. Not gonna lie, when I saw the title, I was like, this is very much Skai Jackson. Clapback is crazy. It's crazy, especially when you just left Disney. It's like, ooh, okay. The Disney image was, you know, clean, child-friendly. You could never curse. You gotta keep it cute at all times, okay? And let's be very clear, a lot of people found her character on Jessie, Zuri, as very cutesy. Yes, she was a little bit shady, but that's why people loved her. But a lot of people are like, oh my god, this girl was so adorable. Oh my, empower, inspire, and clap back. I know the mum was living for it. I know the mum was like, you better work. I just think clap back is funny. I know she was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta at the age of 8. Guys, it's hard talking and literally doing mascara. So I'm not going to. Not gonna lie, I forgot to curl my lashes, but I think they look pretty good. I think my lashes are naturally curled, to be fair. Guys, this might be the best my makeup's looked in a couple of weeks, to be honest. The colours just match perfectly. It's just giving what it needs to give. The book received good feedback, averaging it 4.8 out of 5 on Amazon, with many readers praising its inspirational and empowering message about self-acceptance and anti-bullying efforts. Although specific sale figures or official bestseller rankings were not readily available in the provided snippets, the book was well received by its target audience of tweens and teens for its advice and positive attitude. Skai Jackson's been that girl. And I feel like it's very important for me to include all of this because, yes, I get it, she's messy boots. Absolutely messy, but she's done a lot of things and she's had a great career so far and she's still young, so she can still very much, you know, up and do things again. But she was that girl. A lot of people were checking for. People loved her. She was constant on red carpets. Again, she had the opportunity to come out with a book and she took it, and I think it's cool. I do also find it, at least it's not like a biography where like it's a tell-all, because I think she's too young to be doing that. But yeah. Fast forward to 2020, Skai Jackson was announced as one of the contestants Dancing with the Stars alongside AJ McLean, New Sholin, Jean Mai, and others. She came 5th and was eliminated in the semi-finals. Other things worth noticing is that Skai Jackson auditioned for Marvel's Black Panther. I can kind of see that. I don't know though, because them audition tapes that came out, I'm like, I don't know. And one of the Spider-Man films saying, I've auditioned for Spider-Man before. They liked me, but everybody in that high school looked so much older that I looked like a middle schooler. So that was one of the reasons I wasn't cast, she says. I would never ever forget, well, I did forget the name of who told me, but I would never ever forget the time, I think it was 2 years ago, where I was complaining. I did a video, I was doing my makeup, chatting about someone. I did a video basically saying, when is MAC going to release a dark brown, a deep brown lip liner? And then I'll never forget this comment. Someone commented, Keisha, go and check out the shade Coffee. I checked it out. It turns out it's like an eye pencil, but I've been using it ever since as a lip liner. Whoever put me on, congratulations, you ate. This is what I'm talking about. This to me is tea, like something that looks almost black, but it's just like a really dark brown. So again, this is in the shade Coffee. She also auditioned for the role of Zoya in the Gossip Girl reboot on HBO, which went on to have only 2 seasons. The show got dropped by HBO Max in January of 2023. Now, I did see an audition tape for this and I'm like, girl, no. We need to leave them Disney days behind. This is a different network now. We need the big girl acting.
Sales rack Sally isn't even clever. If you're going to deface someone's locker, at least make it original.
The thing is, I don't think she's managed to evolve as an actress as much. I get it, people are automatically still going to see her as the Disney girl, but I do think she's got so much space to attend acting classes and really just like strengthen her craft, because I do think she is talented. I think I've seen the statement a lot of people saying like, girl, what's she even been in? And it's like, I've listed a bunch of projects she's been in. I think people just aren't checking for her or aren't supporting a lot of the roles. I don't really use lipstick, you know. Okay, colour. Not really my go-to, but... Ooh, hold on. Wait a damn minute. I kind of want to add a gloss. While playing a lot of roles and being busy, she was also busy with college until she had graduated in May 2020, which was like peak lockdown. Oh my god, like to all the people who graduated during lockdown, I'm so sorry. Like you didn't get the send-off you deserved. You didn't get the, like, not send-off, but you didn't get what you deserved. Meaning you weren't able to walk on stage. I feel like lockdown just like took too many years. It took too many years of our life, and that's why like my age, me being 25, doesn't feel real. I should realistically be 23. I didn't get to celebrate my birthday during lockdown. People didn't get to like celebrate their birthday during lockdown. People didn't even get to go to graduation. It was just that's it. That's the word I've got. Okay, and May 2020 was peak lockdown. Bored in the house and in the house bored, coronavirus, like global panoramic, like you weren't to leave your house unless you would get fined, allegedly, even though members of parliament were partying. Yes, you heard that correctly. Members of parliament were partying. Sometimes you just have to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you literally will just go insane. It sounds like a joke, sounds funny, huh? Members of parliament were partying during lockdown. This would also be around the time TikTokers felt this didn't apply to them and decided to go and party at any nightclub, any event they could, and get paparazzi down, and would pretend to have COVID masks on them. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the Bhad Bhabie versus Skai Jackson beef that went on for a whole week straight. Yes, a whole week straight, these ladies were going back and forth, didn't know where to stop. The parents got involved too, and I'm just like, oh my god, why is this so ghetto?
Bitch, you are lame as fuck.
So Bhad Bhabie, whose real name is Danielle Bregoli, she was going back and forth with Skai Jackson, and she even threatened her life, which I felt like was just too extreme. So yeah, as we spoke about Debbie Ryan earlier, I'll bring her up again to say that I think her and Skai are doing a lot better, since Debbie Ryan was actually caught liking a tweet defending Skai Jackson when she was in a back and forth with Bhad Bhabie. The tweet was practically about defending Skai no matter what. Love when dynamics are able to grow. You don't have to be close to someone, but you can still have a respect for someone. And at the end of the day, they spent so many years on set together. It could have been a misunderstanding, or it was just Skai Jackson being hella messy. But you know, love to see that that Debbie Ryan's still like gonna come to Skai Jackson's defense. The two started beefing when Skai was only 17 years old and Bhad Bhabie was 16 years old. The two had a week-long online feud, beginning with an Instagram comment in which Skai Jackson expressed interest in Bhad Bhabie's alleged ex-boyfriend, NBA Youngboy. Now, as I'm making this video, you will not believe this. You will not believe it. Also, there's been like, Skai Jackson's gone on record to like say that she finds him attractive. Like, she finds him attractive. If I'm not mistaken, she's like referred to him as being like one of her celebrity crushes. For me, in my humble opinion, don't do it. There's a photo of NBA Youngboy talking to Skai Jackson. Skai Jackson posted it to her Snapchat, and it's like a look of, I'm feeling this. I like this one right here. It's giving that, okay? Let's just hope that she makes better choices, because that photo was very much given. NBA Youngboy's probably like, you want another baby? He didn't say that, but like, that photo translated as that, in my humble opinion. Okay, go. So Bhad Bhabie responded in a series of Instagram stories and appeared to threaten her life. Shortly after, Daniel Brogoli and Skai Jackson's mother also traded insults on social media. Skai's mum is probably like, you know what, I need to protect my daughter at all costs. But you have to understand, Skai is messy, so she's going to run into people who don't like her and who are going to have thoughts and opinions about Skai Jackson. Point blank period. Like, your child is not a saint. And I think Kaya sees her daughter as like this constant saint who is always right. And I feel like that's when things get a little bit techie, because I get it, it's your child, but you can't protect them through everything, because sometimes your child is just messy. And that's the thing that Kaya can't seem to grasp. I kind of lean more towards Bhad Bhabie in this one. I don't like Bhad Bhabie's approach. I think she came across as quite passive aggressive, but of course, because she's white, they're not going to call her that. But she was very much passive aggressive and also threatening to end someone's life. Even if it was a joke or even if it wasn't intentional, you still said it. I don't like that, not one bit. So I don't agree with her approach, but I do understand why Bhad Bhabie was pissed off. While it's not 100% confirmed that Bhad Bhabie and NBA Youngboy dated, allegedly, she was 17 and he was 22, which is crazy, by the way. Skai Jackson had taken to her burner account expressing romantic interest in rapper NBA Youngboy, who she had dated back in 2019. She said, "Can someone hook me up with Youngboy? He's just so fine to me, Lord." Now, I know it's gonna be a split one, because I know people in the comments gonna be like, but Keisha, like, they weren't friends, so like, it's fine. For me, Youngboy just seems like trouble. Now, can you be a fan of his music? Sure. Can you think someone's attractive? Sure. But do you need to go there? But also, at the end of the day, she has access. She is a child star. She is in a lot of maybe the same rooms. She can be in the same rooms as a NBA Youngboy. A regular person could find Youngboy attractive for whatever reason, I do not know. But they won't be able to necessarily get the access to getting close to NBA Youngboy. She took to her burner account to say this. He's just so fine to me, Lord. She has a very interesting pick in men, but I can't talk. Listen, we've all had a very interesting pick in... yeah, we all have. So I'm not too much now. Her taste in men, and it being the ones who look like they're just about violence, who look like they're still gang affiliated, I'm very disappointed. I think a lot of people see Skai Jackson as someone who's homeschooled, who grew up in a very privileged area. She was able to, you know, have the best of the best things. Again, because she's been a child star for such a young time. She has been, you know, well, her mum has been collecting her coins since she was apparently only a couple months old. So there's that. Out of all the men out there, you're attracted to an NBA Youngboy. And again, it's like one thing to be attracted to his looks, but I really do think that she's more so fixated not only on looks, but she likes the fact that he's a bad guy. Violence and crimes in his music. I think that she's really turned on by that, and that to me has been a part of her downfall. It reminds me quite similarly of Yaki. That name is so funny. Yaki. Me saying that in a British accent is always gonna sound funny. So yeah, she was like, he's just so fine to me, Lord. Girl, you adding the Lord and innovate. He's not gonna help you with this one. Anyways, in response, Bhad Bhabie took to Instagram on her Instagram story saying, well, she basically was calling Skai Jackson a Disney thought. Nah, listen. Sorry. No. I'm not laughing because I agree with it. I'm laughing because, you know, when people are mean and being rude to you and like clapping back and everything, some people get really creative with it. And it's not, again, me laughing because I agree. It's just like, I would never thought to say Disney thought, but okay. tea. When screenshots of the story were posted on the Shade Room teens, Bhad Bhabie commented on the post adding that Skai Jackson had blocked her on social media. Danielle then went on to Instagram Live where she appeared to threaten the actress. She said, "BITCH, why are you obsessed with me? I will literally kill you. You don't even know if I'm talking to dude or not. You just seen on us." The Shade Room. Girl, what? Was that English? You know what she's trying to say. You just saw us on the Shade Room, basically. Danielle then accused Skai of posting about her on her Finsta. And this is what I'm trying to say. Listen, have your Finsta, but don't be messy on there. Like, I get why people have Finstas. I get why regular people have Finstas. To a certain degree, I do get it. But I do get why a lot of influencers have Finstas. You have a Finsta because you want to chat your chat, but you don't want too much people in your business. You only want a select few. So she said, "Don't go post about me on your fake page, bitch." Ooh? She said, "If you got something to say about me, post it on your page. Show me you're effing bold." Again, passive aggressive, down. But you can't take away from the fact that Bhad Bhabie really said put an ad on it next time and put it on your main page. Don't go talking about me on your Finsta where people can screenshot it and tell me about it. Because let's be real, there's too many snakes out here. So the people that you thought you could trust in your Finsta, turns out they were actually snakes and were coming to me with this information. So how about next time, Skai Jackson, you put an ad on it and you do it on your main page? Oh, but wait, you won't. Ooh! Not gonna lie, Bhad Bhabie wasn't wrong for that. She said, "So y'all telling me it's okay for someone to play the innocent role in front the main crowd, but in real life, they're making Finsta accounts to talk bad about people they try and be like so bad." Don't know if I fully... Okay. I don't know if I fully agree with the whole jealousy aspect. She wants to be me so bad. She wants to be me so bad. But like at the time, I was like, Bhad Bhabie, you're reaching with that. Like, that isn't even a point worth harping on, because I don't think so whatsoever. I think Skai's in her own lane. You're doing your own thing. But now looking at it, yeah, I have a different take. I'm kind of like, jealous maybe isn't the word, but low-key, maybe Bhad Bhabie can just be mean, and that would be her brand. Skai Jackson, you never got the chance to do that because you were a Disney girl. But also, if we put Disney out of it, forget Disney ever happened, you were a black woman. So you being aggressive and mean, people equate it with, girl, go on Bad Girls Club. Just go and do some ratchet ass TV. Yeah, so you never really got a chance to be messy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the messiness always peeked through and people saw right through it. Maybe not so much during the Disney days, but way later on, people started to realize that this young lady just doesn't seem the most likable. Can't imagine that she probably was a little bit jealous of the fact that Bhad Bhabie was just able to be, you know, curse, say whatever it is that she wanted to say about someone. Bhad Bhabie literally spoke about the Kardashian clan very freely, comfortably in interviews. I'm sure Skai Jackson, because she is messy boots, would love to have done the same thing too. So I can understand it a little bit, but not too much now. Bhad Bhabie, not too much, okay? When asked why don't you get a hold of your daughter's Finsta, this is what Skai Jackson's mum had to say. At Bhad Bhabie. Okay, so she can put an ad on it, but Skai can't. That's the thing. I'm like, okay, now I get it for business purposes. I'm not trying to lose any brand endorsements because, again, you are Skai Jackson. People see you as this like really kid-friendly person. Kaya put an ad on it and she said, "Let me tell you something, little girl. Ooh! I'm definitely not the one to be played with. Ooh!" And the thing is, the gag of it all is I kind of believe it. Don't come on my damn page with your trashy negativity. How about you just put your address or phone number in my DM and I will gladly have this conversation with your mother. Ooh! Ah, God. It doesn't end there. I am not having it. Take this ish somewhere else and leave my damn daughter alone. Ooh! When I saw this, I was like, Kaya, your child has smoke for everyone. But when they come and retaliate, give their opinion, and are mad, they're wrong. I think Bhad Bhabie's mum commented, I can't see the full screenshot, but it says, "Oh, listen to you preach. Tell your daughter to stop speaking on mine." Too many people were entering the chat. It was just bam, 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 bam. Kaya seemed to have had enough of the feud at one point, writing on Instagram, "The devil is working overtime right now. Got me caught up for a minute. Had to reel myself back in and not lose track of all of the great work that I've been doing these past few months. At the end of the day, I'm still human. Sorry, Lord." I do think sometimes it can be a manipulative tactic when you've been called out so much, and Kaya was called out. It felt like, girl, why are you talking to a young girl like that? Like, don't get involved. Bringing the Lord into it, I just feel like, okay, girl, sure. I've seen this tactic done before where everyone's like suddenly turning to the Lord, like, the Lord will save me, sorry, Lord. And it's just like, you know you don't have to post it. She wanted to add that her posts seemingly attacking the actress were not because of Skai Jackson's interest, and this is Bhad Bhabie we're talking about, right? In Young Boy specifically. She said she was angry Skai pursued several of her exes. She said, this bitch got issues. Stop believing that this bitch is innocent, she concluded. Skai Jackson never directly addressed Brigoli's comments, but she did post a tweet dismissing the negatives in her life. She took to Twitter to list her accomplishments, including the success of her book, the finalization of a makeup deal. Girl, what makeup deal was it? Now, was there a makeup deal? I don't know. And a speech in progress for TED Talks. Did she do it? Did she ever end up doing it? I probably should have, you know, speaking as someone who researched, probably should have researched whether she did it. If she did, I would have inserted photos. So because Bhad Bhabie had threatened Skai's life, Skai was so much in fear that she was like, you know what, let's get a restraining order on this girl. Can't trust her, don't want her near me, whatever. A while after, according to TMZ, Skai Jackson had filed to dismiss her restraining order against Bhad Bhabie, and the judge had signed off on it. This comes after it was reported that Bhad Bhabie was in rehab. She said, because Danielle stopped threatening me after the court ordered her to do so, and now that she's made a decision to work on herself through rehab and therapy, I'm pleased that I don't need to extend my restraining order, Skai told TMZ, though she does have the ability to refile the order should she feel that she needs to. If she goes back to her old ways, of course we'll have to change that, but I hope and believe that it won't be necessary. Skai continued, I think it's great that Danielle is getting the help she feels she needs. I wish her nothing but the best on her road to recovery. Yeah. Now let's move on and talk about the whole clickbait Snapchats. Wow, this is the part that I didn't know about. I don't use Snapchat. I stopped using Snapchat. I think I stopped using Snapchat like 2017. This is the section that drives me insane, and this is the section that it's like, you know, when people are like, oh my god, Skai Jackson's going broke, she doesn't have her coins, you know, the fake giveaways, raffles, which we're gonna go ahead and touch upon. This is the part where I'm like, you know what, maybe they might have a point. Not the Birdman hands. Also, my hands sound hella dry, but they've actually been moisturized, I promise. But it's just like, it's important for you guys to know Skai Jackson gets paid to post content on Snapchat. David Dobrik has spoken about how much he gets paid, like millions from Snapchat. Very important to know, Skai Jackson makes money from Snapchat. But at the end of the day, you still have to have people checking your posts and engaging for you to make the bucks. They have to be clicking. That's what Snapchat's about. So, allegations that former Disney Channel star Skai Jackson has posted content on her Snapchat stories, such as images of other people's newborns, to deceptively attract views and engagement from her followers. These actions have led to criticism, I can never say that word properly, criticism, I can if I slow it down and not speak fast, how about that? From social media users and parents of the children whose images were allegedly used for clickbait purposes. Skai Jackson, we know, has a child now, but before she was posting about her child a lot more freely, she would post other people's newborns. And that to me is really weird. Whether you found a baby to be really adorable or cute, I'm sure we all find like babies being like, oh my god, cute chubby cheeks, and we found them are cute, right? Posting someone else's baby is weird. Absolutely weird. And she did it because I believe she tried to say, you know, oh no, she found the baby really cute or whatever, or they had like similar names. Still wouldn't post it because why? It's a baby. An angry mom called out Skai Jackson for using a photo of her newborn for clicks and clout. The woman claims Skai posted her son, who just so happens to share the same name, as clickbait on Snapchat, not once, darling, but twice. Oops, I did it again. Skai Jackson did it again with another child, a girl this time. And I mean, it's the captions that she would use on Snapchat that just make it weird. And even you giving credit to whoever's child this is still pretty weird. Like, why post it? But I think she did that after people were like questioning her on why she keeps posting other people's babies. For many years now, since the late passing of her friend Cameron Boyce, who they were obviously on, you know, Jessie for a couple of years together, and she would always describe him as like her brother, right? Her using Cameron Boyce's death so many times, I've only managed to get like one screenshot, but there were so many times she would do this. There were so many times she would do this. I tried to find like other like screenshots and stuff, but like they're just not there anymore for whatever reason. But she would do this. You click on it, it ain't got nothing to do with Cameron, or he would just be there, but like, it would be like in between a story that just doesn't make sense. The day it was announced he had passed away, she went on Instagram Live.
It's not a joke, and death shouldn't be taken as a joke, because it's not. But I just wanted to say, stay positive. Don't do that. Commenting, rest in peace. It just has to stop. And please don't take life as a joke. Yeah. Just please make sure you appreciate people while they're here.
But I just feel like if I heard one of my besties, someone who I see as a brother, my right hand, if I had found out they had passed away, I just feel like, don't you have someone else you can grieve to? Like, it just feels a little bit tactical. Some of Cameron's other peers and friends were radio silent at the time. A lot of them were maybe posting like remembrance posts and really lovey, amazing, heartfelt messages, whereas Skai Jackson's one was just her rushing to Instagram and just trying to be like maybe first to acknowledge it. And it's like,
And Kevin, like, it was just sad because like he just was not there. And I don't really know how to feel yet. I don't even know how I feel personally about it. Like, I literally don't know. Like, it literally just happened. But
it is also worth noticing that she did dedicate a performance to Cameron Boyce when she wasn't Dancing with the Stars. Herself and her dance partner decided to, dance to the song Ordinary People by John Legend. They showcased photos and videos of them on screen, and she spoke very highly of him and refers to him as like her brother. Many thought it was also a tactical ploy to get people to vote for her. Either way, Cameron's parents were touched by the performance, so I guess that's all that really matters. They were living for the performance and just found it to be very heartfelt and cool to like keep his legacy alive and keep his name still out there. Moving on anyways, when X, aka XXXTentacion, died back in 2018, a funeral service was held in which more than 8,000 people came to see the rapper. Fans and celebrities were present, including Erykah Badu, Lil Uzi Vert, Skai Jackson, Denzel Curry, Lil Yachty, and many more. Lil Uzi and Skai Jackson had posed for a photo together. They were like all smiles, whatever. She posted this to her Snapchat again, where she just, gotta post content. Me and Uzi at my friend's funeral, a cry face and laughing emoji. Guys, there was a heavy no phone policy put in place by X's friends and family, okay? This was a strict rule they had. Even for fans who were attending the venue, no phones allowed. They would, scan people through metal detectors, all of that. It was this really big deal. And I remember people detailing this at the time. So it was just very interesting. I guess maybe it doesn't apply for the celebrities, who knows. But even if you put that to the side, the caption is just weird. The emojis used as well, probably not the most appropriate choice, like the laughing face. And my friend, well, this is very interesting for her because I thought she would have put his name in the caption. Maybe she isn't a clout chaser, guys. Now, can we go ahead and talk about something that I find very uncomfortable? Like, even like inserting photos in this video is going to make me feel really uncomfy. I get it, people have like their things they like and enjoy, and people like feet. Dan Schneider will love this. Dan Schneider will live for this segment. If you're watching, Dan, even though you should be behind bars, I'm sure you're living for like this next 2-3 minutes. I don't know how long I'm going to drag out the segment for because I don't want to think about or talk about toes, but we're going to have to because it's a huge part of her Snapchat lore. She bombards people every single second of the day with a new toe picture, and it's like, bro, what? Literally cringing right now. But yes, I'm going to be doing a voiceover because isn't it so interesting what she's doing here? Like, we know how much money people make from just like toe photos. People love a good toe. Not I, but people love to see women's toes, especially if they look really pretty or whatever. I've never complimented anyone's toes and saw them as pretty. I think I have cute feet, but I never complimented my toes and say they're really pretty feet, just because I think feet in general are really weird. Can you tell that I'm really cringed out right now? It's weird AF and screams needing attention so bad that we now have to focus on your feet because you ain't got nothing else going on. It's crazy. What are we supposed to do with your feet? We see your feet now about 7 bazillion times. What are we supposed to do now? And let's be so for real, bitch. You know what people are doing in these photos. You know. Someone said you might as well make feet content, LMAO, and then she posted a picture of her feet with French tips. Even an entire Reddit made which posts Skai's feet and has over 700 weekly visitors. The fake raffle giveaway. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this because I think I actually reported on it at the time. July 2023, Skai Jackson puts together a raffle in which you can get the chance to win a MacBook. The problem comes when it's also revealed that you would have to pay $5 to enter. So you have to you would have to send Skai Jackson $5 in order to enter the giveaway. And then she said something like, the money's gonna go towards the laptop. Ugh, I need to take a second. I've been talking way too much and I need a second, bro. That's stupid. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, bro, just tell us you're broke without telling us you're broke. Tell us you ain't got it like that anymore. Tell us that you've blown past the money. Just at this point, don't lie to us. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What do you mean you have one day you woke up and organized a raffle, right? Out of the goodness of your heart to give back to, one lucky fan. I have so many issues with this because, in case you guys didn't know, I did a giveaway, I think it's like 2 months ago now, and there was 4 winners, right? There's 4 winners that I chose. It was an international giveaway, and the way for people to enter was to, you know, follow me on Instagram and then comment, and then I'm going to choose 4 lucky winners, and that's how we're going to do it. I never needed people to send me money in order to buy these items. That doesn't make any sense. Why create a raffle or giveaway then? Talk about modern day scamming. This is giving like scamming back in 2006 to 2008. Like, it was giving very much how the celebrities were trying to get down. The ones who didn't really have it like that. This is giving modern day scamming. What do you mean? What do you mean? And then people are like, girl, it's given like you're broke. It's given like you need the money. And then she was like, it's not that serious for a damn $5. Girl, it seems like you're getting defensive. This left a nasty taste in people's mouth because they were like, girl, it's given brokety okety. And if you are, just say it. To result in wanting your viewers money is just weird. Point blank period. But you being someone who has been acting and working from such a young age, where has the coins gone? She's like, it's not that serious for a damn $5. It is called a raffle. I don't know if you guys have been to school before. That just felt a little bit shady. Because you know, like, because you know what, if this wasn't you, and let's say Bhad Bhabie had done this, you know you would be in group chat chatting crap about her, like, oh my gosh, she's scamming, we see right through her. Tell me that wouldn't be Skai Jackson. So to me, for you to be passive aggressive and also defensive and say, I don't know if you guys have been to school before, but I know I've been to school. It's like, what? Huh? I mean, listen, we had raffles when I was in primary school. There was raffles. You buy, you get a ticket, and if they call out your number, girl, you won. It never gave, we had to send you $5. It never gave that. And why do we have to send you $5 for you to buy a MacBook Pro? A MacBook Pro obviously isn't cheap. It's about like, what, $900, $1,000? But you should have that. Should you not? You don't even have to have that. But you decided to come out with a giveaway for one lucky winner. Now the winner was announced. Okay. She said, I've been to school and we used to have raffles all the time, but it's a physical ticket. They put in $5, $2, whatever, and you get a price. People do raffles all the time. Is it just me who feels like, no, we're not doing that? We're not. Like, celebrities aren't doing that. Celebrities aren't doing raffles. Are they doing fake giveaways and pretending that if you comment down below, then you have a chance to win all these iPhones and MacBook? Yeah, the Kardashians, notorious for that, yeah? But raffles, no. We see right through you. How do you do that? I had to remix Nicki Minaj's one, yeah? Why would the money go towards the prize? Why can't you just set up a normal giveaway like I did? Buy the item itself, let people know, hey, or if it's like a mystery box like mine was, like hold it physically in your hand. What do you mean the money they send you, you're gonna use to, that just gives broke behavior and it just gives scamming. She said the money goes towards the price, and then like I said, if there's anything left over, what? I'm doing a second giveaway soon, but you never did a second giveaway. You did it first. So that's what it's going on. So that's what it's going towards. I don't need money. Me personally, I don't need money. You do. You repeating it twice is it was very telling, and I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, it was that moment she really did a mad one for herself. And I'm not saying that in a bragging way or anything like that or in a mean way. I'm just letting you guys know I do not personally need money. Like, I'm very fine in my life. I don't need money. How many times did she say she doesn't need money?
Soon. So that's what it's going towards. I do not need money. Me personally, I do not need money. And I'm not saying this like I'm in a bragging way or anything like that or in a mean way. I'm just letting you guys know I do not personally need money. Like, I am very fine in my life. I don't need money.
Let's go ahead and talk about Azealia Banks versus Skai Jackson. This will take place back in 2016. You had to be there. Hello. When Azealia Banks was 24 years old and Skai Jackson was 14 years old. What is it with grown-ass women finding themselves in beefs with 14-year-old little old Skai Jackson, in which many favored Skai Jackson more at the time, simply based on her views and the fact that she was fresh off of Disney and was, of course, only 14. Azealia had, and listen, let's be very clear, Azealia Banks had made a lot of past remarks in which have been very homophobic, have been very racist, have been just absolutely rude and unprovoked. She's spoken about every single celebrity there is, okay? So Azealia Banks had made racial comments and homophobic ones about Zayn Malik from the boy band One Direction, after claiming that he stole her ideas for his new music video, Like I Would, from her own work. Like many, Skai Jackson wasn't here for the disrespectful comments Azealia was making and putting out there on Twitter, which actually resulted in her being suspended on Twitter at the time. Skai Jackson tweeted, Azealia Banks needs to simmer down a little bit. So Azealia Banks said, never heard of you before. Never even seen you on TV. You aren't a star. You aren't a topic. You're a meme. Your mum will be up in Disney's office sucking for your next 4th lead role. Lol. Your mum's been pimping you out to Disney since you were a little girl. Let's see what you end up like at 21. Bye. People were like, them last 2 ones, like, they're low-key feeling like she actually did that. Crazy. You need to get your ass done and your tits done before you become a proper Instagram thought girly. Why is everyone calling Skai Jackson a thought? You're just another little black girl who's going to be kicked off the Disney channel. Let's try that again. You're just another little black girl who's going to be kicked off of the Disney conveyor belt. Depressed and addicted to drugs. That's how these stories always go. Ooh, nasty, nasty, nasty. Yeah, but Azealia Banks, I thought you didn't know her.
Well, hold on on that. Hold on. Now, hold on.
That's all I've got. I'm tired. Are you tired? I'm tired.
Oh well, all you can do is laugh.
Azealia Banks was dead wrong for all of that. Such nasty and foul language, and ultimately wishing for the downfall of a black star. Skai got Azealia Banks all the way together. I had a career before Disney, and I'm sure I will after. And I don't want to turn out like you, bitter and miserable. Fix your life. Okay, girl. Okay. Azealia Banks. And I'm sure my mum did a way better job than yours did. You give black women a bad name. I'll be praying for you. Prayer emoji. Kiss. Hey! The girls are fighting. Our girls are. A year after the feud, she expressed why she stepped in to defend the former One Direction member Zayn. When I saw what she was doing, I was like, this is not okay. At first, my mum was like, what's going on? Why would you do that? But then she was proud of me for having my own voice. Even all of my friends, they were like, wow, you really stood up to her. Skai has also opened up about being on the receiving end of mean comments. She's a bully, and I've been bullied when I was younger. She said, I'm against bullying. I hate it because I've dealt with it. I felt like I had to say something on my Twitter. Alright, I'm just gonna say what we've all low-key been thinking. Where's my lip liner? That's not what you've been thinking. I just feel like something ain't adding up for me. I get it, like when you've been bullied, you want to be the bully now. It's not advisable, you shouldn't. But like, you know when you've gone through so much and people have made you angry for the most part, and they've singled you out and made you feel like this small. I get like you would want to like retaliate. But what happened to being nice? Now, we're not going to be nice 24/7 because what the flip? But like, what happened to just, you know, let's not be mean because we were bullied, and instead just take the high road and not make other people feel the way that we felt when we were younger? Because again, she was saying that she was bullied when she was younger, so okay. Many years later, people actually believe Azealia Banks was right all along. I even saw a hilarious comment of someone saying Azealia Banks defo did spells on Skai Jackson, especially with like the trajectory of her career and her dating choices like Yaki, who we'll touch upon very soon. Don't you worry, it's coming. Okay, moving on, things get pretty serious here. This is all alleged. There was like a blind item saying that Skai Jackson is like a yacht girl. We're going to touch upon what a yacht girl is, what yachting is. The blind item is alleging that she's been a yacht girl since she was 18. It's important to note that I wouldn't blame Skai Jackson for this whatsoever if that had actually been the case anyways. Do you think that is a conversation that needs to be had a lot more? People have accused Hailey Bieber of being a yacht girl, Bella Hadid, the Hadid sisters, you know, the Kardashian-Jenner clan. Yachting is nothing new and has been going on for decades, especially in Hollywood. It's yachting that is considered one of the entertainment industry's biggest open secrets, with A-list stars including models, actors and royalty being rumoured to have been involved in yachting during their career. Yachting is most commonly used to describe the practice of being paid to spend time and be pictured with wealthy clients, often aboard mega yachts. It is considered a popular formula for it girls and rising stars to raise their profile, but it has a murky underbelly of sexual exploitation, coercion and trafficking. According to the podcast I Know I Sound Crazy, hosted by Ashlyn Golloway, aspiring actors and models, as well as those already in the industry who want to raise their profiles, often enter into yachting with the goal of making connections. While yachting, they gain, access to exclusive surroundings and social notoriety through the wealthy or famous men they accompany. However, the practice is not as luxurious as it might sound. Women are often recruited by their co-stars or other yacht girls and take the work believing it would be a modeling or acting job. But in reality, what appears to be getting paid to a party and be pictured with wealthy businessmen actually blurs the line between perfectly legal and mutually beneficial relationships and speculated sexual exploitation. It was broached by model Emily Ratajkowski. I never know how to pronounce her surname, but you guys know who she is. In her 2021 memoir, My Body, where she detailed being paid $25,000 at the start of her career to go to the Super Bowl with disgraced Malaysian financier J-Ho Low. I don't know who that is, but apparently now I do. Who just liked to have famous men and women around. Later, she told the Sunday Times that she was on the clock and unaware about what was expected of her during the date. She added that she had been unsure of why she was there, how long she had to stay, and who her agent had to check with at the end of the night to find out whether she could leave. In her book, Emily also described how from the age of 19, she would be invited to restaurants by a club promoter whose job, it seems, was to bring attractive women together for high-profile events. She said, I'd only spend a handful of nights in clubs, but I knew that I didn't particularly enjoy them. I didn't like the music they played, or how drinks spilled on my bare legs, or how someone always seemed to be groping me, she writes. In one instance, she recounts being taken on an all-expense paid luxury trip to Coachella Festival alongside 14 other young models. Describing a conversation she had while there, she writes, a tall model with thick black hair and a nasally voice came and sat next to me. So you know the big bold one is like a prince, right? His mum is super famous, obviously. But yeah, I've heard him and his fiance like to have... So they're like always looking for girls for those. The blind item mentioned Skai Jackson allegedly yachting as early as 15 years old. According to the blind item, her family knew, and that when she would make the most money, their plan was to save the money but spent it as soon as the money had come in. Azealia Banks did say years ago that Skai's mother is pimping her out. So Skai Jackson did address it. She went on a live stream and she basically denounced it and said it's pretty much like fake. I don't believe it, because I think people had been commenting on a lot of her posts like, oh my god, are you a yacht girl, are you oh my god, protect Skai Jackson, trying to spread that kind of like narrative. And she addressed it, denouncing all the rumors, and said she never yacht before or done anything sexual for money. Says her mother doesn't play like that and that her mother has protected her from creeps in this world.
My life, my whole life, she's actually protected me from creeps in this world that pay to do things with underage girls, okay? So I want these rumors to stop, because if they don't stop, I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands and I will be passing out lawsuits. I just saw a video and somebody made us, again, spreading the same sick rumor, then saying that my mom does not post her other two children who are daughters, and then went to post a picture of my underage sisters. For one, my two sisters, those are not my mother's children. Those are my father's children. Two, I don't post them for a reason very much.
So that's Skai Jackson basically saying, this is all fake news. Do not believe everything that you read. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the revenge corn situation, if you know what I mean. Jules Smith, aka Solange's son, Beyonce's nephew, released private content of Skai when they had broken up. According to an article online, she was 18, he was 16. The relationship had come to an end because I didn't even know they dated. The relationship had come to an end because he claimed that she had cheated on him. In a leaked group chat message, the 16-year-old at the time claimed that he and Skai Jackson were dating and were sexually involved, but she cheated on him, so he got quote-unquote revenge. That to me is nasty work. Is it a good feeling to be done like that by Skai Jackson? No, it's not a great feeling. But to go into a group chat and say you did all this for revenge and you want to seek revenge is so tapped. He said, I made sure to ruin her life. I wonder what Solange and Beyonce and Jay-Z and Miss Tina Knows had to say about this one. Nah, I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. Maybe it was like swept under the rug. If you know, then you know. Ooh. I made sure to ruin her life. the teenager allegedly wrote in one message, "I effed her good and got her addicted and then left her. It's complicated." There's nothing I fear more than a man's group chat. Oh no, actually there's a lot more things I fear than that, but that is one of them. Definitely top 10 of my biggest fears. Forget snakes. Forget heights. I'm joking. Another person in the conversation questioned their 2-year age difference, but Jules seemed unbothered. You know, Skai Jackson was 18, he was 16. He said, N-word, age don't matter. Ooh! When asked in an Instagram Q&A if him and Skai were still friends, he said, F no. Let's move on. Doxing. The doxing situation in 2020. I think you had good intentions. On May 25th, 2020, White Minnesota Police Department Officer Derek Chauvin killed a black man named George Floyd after kneeling on his neck for nearly 8 minutes and 46 seconds. The incident sparked a months-long wave of nationwide protests. Honestly, it was global, against police brutality and related injustices against black Americans. Skai Jackson used her platform to expose the racist and out there behavior on blast. She said, "If I see you post it, I will expose you." That was like her criteria, right? And again, I think that she had this mission to like expose as much racist as possible. If you know racist, send screenshots, send details, and I will expose them. And I just feel like I get it, but it's like, how long will that go on for? Like, is it realistically gonna go on for a long time? Because there's so many racists. There are so many racists. Also, are you gonna be able to like background check it enough? And you know, like screenshots can be fabricated too. So, and you doing it as a one-woman show, I just didn't see it ending well. Again, I think the intention was like she's fed up of the injustices, especially happen in the United States of America that's not so united. Repost screenshots sent to her by her fans, exposing their classmates and peers for racist behavior, including videos and social media posts. "If you know a racist, don't be shy," she said on Twitter. "Tweet me the receipts." You don't really see celebrities moving like this. I don't even know influencers who did that, but like, okay. She tweeted out the address, school names, street numbers, etc. of people. And I believe majority of them were minors, which I'm sure is not legal. Like, 2 wrongs don't make a right. And that's how I feel about the situation. You're never going to be able to like catch out all the racists. You're just not. It's impossible. There's way too many. I get what she was trying to do, but I knew it wasn't going to end well. Now, she was applauded at the time by other celebrities reaching out and saying, "Well done, kudos to you for doing this." Like, but you have to think about how long would this be able to go on for? What's the aim here and what next? Not only did she dox these people, she also didn't verify if the proof being sent to her by her fans was actually legit. People were being harassed for stuff they didn't do. Obviously, she got a lot of backlash, but her Twitter followers doubled up to around like 500,000 at the time. On Instagram, she added, "During the sensitive time, I've seen horrific statements and social media videos made by some Caucasian teens/young adults. Let me say this, if I see you post it, I will expose you. If you think you're big and bad enough to say it, I will most definitely put your own words on blast." But yes, let's move on. Mid-July, kind of getting tired of talking. Anyways, mid-July 2023, mid-July. Skai Jackson would find herself in another feud with Euphoria star, very one-sided by the way, Storm Reid, who plays Rue's sister on Euphoria. She posted a photo of her hair looking laid. Storm Reid looked the flip good. She was feeling herself and took a selfie and captioned it, "Woke up and wanted to be a redhead." Around the same time, Skai Jackson, and when I mean around the same time, I mean bang on the same hour.
Shut up, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Like, Skai Jackson, if you think she's busy, she's not. She's not busy doing now. Skai Jackson took to Instagram and posted a throwback photo of her in the exact same style to her Instagram stories and captioned it, "Throwback to February." That's so messy. You didn't have to do that. Like, no one asked you what month it was. Trendsetter. Girl, bye. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. You know, for someone who claims they were bullied, what does it sound like? I kind of should take this off now. Take this headband out. For someone who claims they were bullied, babes, this sounds like unprovoked bullying. This sounds like you just woke up and decided to be bitter. Now, I think there's a little backstory behind it, which we're going to go ahead and get on into in just a second, yeah? I wrote down here in my notes, Skai Jackson doesn't own a single goddamn hairstyle. And that to me is like top tier level of bullying. Anyway, Storm Reid posted on her Instagram story a photo of the actual hair inspo, which looked nothing like Skai. of storm, an NFL player, Bronny James, aka LeBron James' son. Just photos of them smiling with other freshmen behind them, holding up peace signs, whatever, okay? They could have just been dating or were friends. I don't know though. Maybe Skai Jackson came across it and thought, oh my god, they must be rumored to be dating. Like, it felt very much out of the blue that it must be because of this photo being around different blogs. Like, it must have been something else. Things just didn't seem the same, okay? Skai Jackson had been posting a light-skinned dude on Snapchat for a while. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about Yaki. You know, she would cook for him, she would whip it up in the kitchen. She would be very much my man. People being busybodies and trying to figure out who this man. Huda. Who that in the back? It's not yet confirmed when their relationship actually started, or like the exact moment, should we say the exact moment in which they met, but the location apparently was prison.
Yeah.
Reports confirm they met during his incarceration. Virgin was serving a sentence for a parole violation related to a past theft and weapon possession case from his youth. But Skai Jackson didn't care and was willing to support him regardless of him already having a child with another woman. Regardless of his situation, his history of crimes. She was outside prison wearing a top saying, "Free my man." Girl, it's embarrassing. He knocked her up and the disrespect begun on his side because he started calling her names on Facebook. Yaki took to his Facebook account and was basically disrespecting the hell out of Skai Jackson. Skai and her mother were commenting under the shade room saying that, you know, it's fake, take it down, he was hacked. And it's like, no, he wasn't, because he literally hopped into a live stream within the same day and was reciting the same words, if not saying worse things, also disrespecting Cameron Boyce. What do you mean? And then Skai Jackson has the audacity to say we're being messy, or the bloggers being messy. Girl, all you've done is be messy. What do you mean? This is the man you chose to sleep with and have a child with. This is how he's acting. He's revealing himself not only to you but to the world. I know you don't like it, but this is what's happened. To say that we're being messy and it's fake, he was hacked, girl, who wants to hack Yaki? Of any person on the internet, who do you think would go out of their way to go and hack Yaki? Please make it make sense. Okay, so I've decided to cut out the Yaki segment because it gets really dark, but I have reported on their relationship a couple of times on the channel. I would say the most latest update would be Skai filing for a restraining order against Yaki. She alleges quite a lot of things about Yaki, so definitely go ahead and check out those videos. But yeah, like, it just gets dark. I thought, you know what, let's just wrap it up over here. The honest truth is I don't want to hear the words Yaki ever come out of my mouth again, even though I literally just said it, and I don't want to see a photo of him. So let's wrap up this video. Woo! I made it to the end. Guys, I've been sat here way too, oh my god, I was literally meant to finish an hour ago, but it's now midday. But it's okay, because I had so much fun making this video. Knowing me, there's probably something I missed out on, but I don't think so. I think these are like the main things that we needed to get on into. Let me know which one you think is like the craziest story. Which one's like the craziest feud? I would love to know. But yeah, don't let that baby face fool you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video. Bye.